The ships are docked in this hidden harbor. Are the captains my targets to be found within?
Welcome back, everyone, to the Song of Waves and Wind, where I have come down to this hidden harbor with Cruel Dancer, where we hope to find the prisoners that we wish to free. Right? You should follow the walkway to the west and investigate the first of the ships docked within the hidden harbor. I will circle around and come to it from the water, so that we will have the advantage of surprise upon the members of the kindred on board the ship. Okay? I suppose we'll try that. See what we got here. But other than a ship. Well, I don't see anyone here. I hear folk inside the ship, and even now we have attracted their notice. They approach from within. I will search below deck while you keep them busy up here. I think maybe I'll have a tad to eat before I face this little bit. Here we go. Hello. Any chance that we can negotiate? And you release the prisoner, and I will stop bugging you. Just a nice little compromise, right? And your friends aren't coming back, you know. Oh, but other friends are arriving. Aha! That's what you were thinking about. Well, I can continue. Cruel Dancer is probably giving them quite a dance. There you go. Your turn. Alright. Are you all done yet? Well, anyone left? There are no prisoners within the ship, Pineleaf. If your mission is to succeed, and if I am to claim the bounties I seek, we must hope that the prisoners and their captors are aboard the second of the ships docked within the harbor. Follow the walkway to the second ship. I will approach the vessel by water as I did this one, and with way will maintain the element of surprise. The element of surprise. Okie dokie. She's gonna swim up. Wait! Is that a lion? Oh, wonderful. Alright, now let's head along this way. And, well, it looks like we are no longer having clear passage through. Hey. No, you're not going to let me through. You're going to throw me to the lions, more likely. Okay, if there are lions on the ship, are there going to be crocodiles in the water? I mean, that I guess would be appropriate. There you go. And there you go. You're not going to get by. Let's see. So there's ship number 1 there. All right, there's ship number 2. Oops. And now your turn. Well, we might as well start this with a little bit of an ambush, just in case they thought to get the drop on me. Well, I'll just drop them, and all will be fine. There you go. Actually, I think this is it. Well, we still have to worry about a pair of lions. So, let's head on inside and see what we can do about that. Corridon. Pineleaf, is that you? I can't believe it, but you must be careful. I hear Tathata coming back.
I thought I heard someone up here. Who are you talking to, Nestina Nesorna?
Who are you to stand so boldly upon the deck of my ship? There are few, indeed, who would dare such a thing, for I have sent most of those to a watery grave. Your name is Pineleaf. I have heard that name before now. Nakasi has spoken of you to me. I am surprised that you're still alive. Was she still here instead of the Citadel of the Winds with the hostage from Peneth Galen? She would no doubt skin you alive. She'll be disappointed to learn that she missed you. But why are you here? You can't have come all this way to Umbar Baharbel to take Nestina Sorne from me. It's amused Nakasi to take him aboard our ship, but he says little enough to us, and when he does speak, his talk is usually nonsense and riddles. That's what you usually get out of an elf. Oh, the lions like him, though, which has kept him alive this long, but if they should get hungry, I believe they will like him both less and more, shall we say? I can speak in riddles too, you see. I see.
Tatata! I've come to claim the bounty on your head.
So, this is not about rescuing your friends after all. I see what sort you are.
We are those who get what we want, Tatata.
I do not think so this time. More dangerous foes than you have hunted me before now.
Awaken my crew! Slay these foolish ones!
Her crew apparently is a pair of lions. How do they deal with the rigging? Maybe I won't ask. Oopsie daisy. Well, let's try the other lion. Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch! Stop smacking me! Alright, now, oh! Whoopsie daisy. Alright,
She's getting away! I will follow her. You save your friend.
alright, okay. Well, she wants the bounty and I want to save Corridon. I guess that sort of helps us both, right? Excuse me, but there are caltrops there. I still can't believe that you came to rescue me, Pineleaf. Are our friends here too? Yes, our friends are here. With a grin, you also say that Sigalith is very pleased that she'll be to see you. Sigalith?
Wait. What? My sister is alive?
Yep. I'm sure you're happy to be out of there.
I still cannot believe it.
I never believed I would ever see you again, and yet here you are, such a great distance from where we parted. It is truly remarkable, and I delight that our reunion has come to pass. You're welcome.
You must have had many adventures since we parted.
Oh yeah. What brings you all the way to the land of Umbar? Many months and more miles have passed since I saw you the last at Helm's Deep in Rohan. Well, all right. We went pretty well. I've been all over the place. Yes, I see. Well, I am glad that Leaf Shade told you about me. I do not doubt that he could have survived any attack that Nakasi or Tatada if he was roused in the battle, but I feared for the creature of his grove and the trees for which he cared. I know that Ents are fearsome when enraged, but I can't help but think something is lost when they are called to fight. Something in them is wounded. It is true for men and elves in my experience, and I think it would be far more for Ents as well. They are meant for peace, for the care and tending of things that grow. I went with the Corsairs so that they would not force Leafshade into battle. I sought to exert my influence upon them, and while I was not wholly successful, I think I was for the best. Save for my words, I fear that the boy Thorongil would not have lived to reach Umbar. Well, yes, I suppose that's a plus. Oh! Hello, Driftwood. Whoa, Horn.
I see you found our wayward oaf. It is about time Coradon joined us again, wouldn't you say?
Ah, all right.
Horn, my friend, it is good to see you.
I see that you have shared in Pinely's recent adventures, and I wish only that I could have done so with you. But where's Nona? Surely she is here too. I can't imagine that she would be content to sit out such a fight as we have now before us. Yeah, Nona. About that.
I see. I am sorry.
Gordon stares at you carefully, and you try to tell him with your eyes that Nona is alive, but her feelings towards Horn have cooled in recent months. The silence is finally broken by Sieglith. Oh, and here's Sieglith. Our mission is not yet over.
My purpose for joining this adventure has now been satisfied.
But I will not have it said that I abandoned the mission when it was half done. Oh boy, I know you don't abandon half-completed missions, that's for sure. My brother has been rescued from the kindred of the coins, as I knew that he would be, but they still hold the young heir of Peneth Gelen captive. Well, that is true. Well, I am ready for more, yes. So what next?
I and my brother will stand with you to rescue Thorongil.
Will we not, Corydon? Or have you had your fill of this place already? Well, let's see what Corydon has to say.
I will stand with you.
I will stand with you not only because of your rescue, and not only because of the adventures that we shared in the Kingdom of Rohan. I will stand with you because it is right. I was not mistreated by the kindred of the coins, despite Nakasi's words and her frequent promises to exact revenge upon any who aid Gondor. At sea, I was given permission to walk freely about the ship, and I followed her commands quickly and well. Did my captivity chafe? I cannot say it did not, but I felt it was in service of a noble purpose, and that was enough. Tathada suggested that I be allowed to walk freely about the ships in the harbor when we docked, but the Wave Reaper feared my servility was an act, and commanded her kinswoman to keep me tied up at the mast while Nakasi was away. I can't tell you with complete certainty if she was right, but I can tell you this. The kindred of the coins value their captives only for as long as they retain some value. Had I proven a burden or unmanageable, I think I would not have survived the voyage to Umbar. It may be the same with the young heir of Penethgalen. If he loses his value as a hostage, I believe that he will no longer survive in the kindred's company. Nakasi brought him to Asgard, the sea shadow, in the citadel of the winds, from which the kindred rules the city. I will help you as I can. But how do you intend to enter into the well-guarded district of Umbar Baharbel? Well, that's a good question. Oh, you have a suggestion, Dax?
When my brother and I returned to Umbar, his plan had been for us to visit some other taverns.
Yes, we need to visit some of the taverns, and while we were gone, recruit a larger crew, and Jax would acquire a more suitable ship. Well, that plan ran into some trouble, but I think at its heart it was still a good idea, because at taverns people speak more freely. If there's any way into the Citadel of the Winds, someone at one of the taverns may unknowingly speak of it. I hope that I am not being too forward with this suggestion, but it makes sense to me, Pineleaf. If anyone splits up and checks different taverns in the city, we may more quickly learn of means of rescuing Thorongil from Azagoth. Okay, so I will go and find one. You suggest I check the Hungry Deep first. Okay, I will check that. You guys check another one, and we'll be off. Well, that looks like some place that could be called the Hungry Deep. You have found the Hungry Deep Tavern, a popular eating and drinking establishment. Alright, see if anyone could tell me anything. Hello.
I am worried for our rulers.
I heard a rumor that the widow of Balachor the Scourge is offering bounties on the leaders of the Kindred of the Coins. And even now, her trained killers are loose in the city. They say no one has seen tumultual fierce water in weeks, and even Tathata the Beast is missing. She often walked the streets of the lower ward, her fighting hounds by her side, but I can't remember the last time she did. We owe the Kindred of the Coins for dealing with the heirs of Castamere and releasing us from the shackles of Ordach. I hope they're all right. Well, I do wonder about Tathata the Beast and about her. But we know that at least one of those two are probably still alive.
The Hungry Deep Tavern is the finest in the city, if you ask me.
Every time that I come here, I eat too much. The Kindred of the Coins? Oh yes, they mean well, and if you ask me, they have done right by us. But I think they keep secrets from us all the same. 7 of them there are, you know. But there has been a turnover amongst their ranks since the uprising. Some say that Guildmaster Emilka was in league with the heirs of Castamere, and Tathata was right to replace her with the Kindred. But I don't know. And there was another, a scholar whose name is, I misremember, whatever her name happened to him. He ruled in the Tor Gardens, but now he is gone, and that half-troll Rothog has his place in the Kindred. Oh, he frightens me. Oh, when I eat too much, I also speak too much. Ah, favor me and tell no one of these things that I've said. Okay, well then, let's go to the Welkin Cockle and see if that tells us anything. A pair of shells. That must be the Welkin Cockle. This is not as busy as the Hungry Deep. Oh well. Hello.
I am not one for gossip, friend, but I have heard a thing or two about the Kindred of the Coins.
I've heard a couple things that you might find interesting. For the right price, that is. I wonder how much this is going to cost. I have to get going. I know nothing, nothing. Oh, what just happened? Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, I guess that this must be Rothog the store. I could see why a certain person needed to withdraw from a certain combat. You, Pine Leaf. Hammerlock wants to see you. I think he's not going to take no for an answer, right?
Hammerlock wants to see you.
I take you to see Hammerlock. Some of the people nearby stare at you and the half-troll member of the Kindred of the Coins. Many of them backing away or preparing to run if his attention turns towards them. Now, Pineleaf, Hammerlock does not like to be kept waiting. I guess. This looks like a formidable pair.
Thank you, Rothog.
Amlek studies you silently for a moment. When she speaks again, her lips turn upward in a faint smile. Welcome to Umbar Baharbel, Pineleaf. I could have invited the others of your group, but I prefer to speak to you alone about this matter. You understand? It is not often that I have the opportunity to speak to such as you. It is a matter of our hostage that brings you here, I understand. Koltek prides himself upon knowing everything that transpires in the city, but he doesn't share everything with us. I have eyes of my own, and they see a great deal at the variety of interesting places. Outside the jail of the Fleet Fest, by the home of Belondor and Meshaka in the very upper ward, among the alleys of the Sail Haven. Your group has not remained hidden from my eyes, Pineleaf, and I know why you have come to my city. Let's continue our discussion by the fountain in my courtyard. By the fountain. All right. I suppose so. Is this a good place to wait? Yes. What now?
You stand in the presence of one of the wealthiest people in all of Umbar.
But know this, wealth doesn't grant complete power. How many of my rivals had riches but lacked the will to maintain their control? Now their wealth is mine. The folk of the city whisper that my fortune rivals that of many of the dwarf lords, but their whispers are untrue. My fortune exceeds that of even the dwarf kings. I am the matron of the most powerful merchant clan of Umbar, and we trade in all manner of expensive goods from across the Haradway, spices, jewels, silks, artwork, and even relics of ancient days. I was widowed when I was young, and my husband's brothers sought to gain control of the business. They failed. It takes an iron will to prosper as I have. Did I not witness Mutadoa, the death of light, when I was but a young girl? I knew the evils of the Church of the All-Seeing from a young age, but I saw too the value of maintaining the appearances of cooperation. In public, I allowed with the Ordachaic occupiers, and then with the heirs of Castamere. But always I worked secretly against them. Quietly I set up a network of those opposed to the interlopers endangering the city. It brought me into contact with some who shared my goal of making Umbar Baharbel a free city. Azagoth and Belondor, Kolatek of the Temenar, the smugglers Tumuldo and Nakasi. When Balakor perished in the war, the power of the heirs of Castamere was broken. I knew the time had come to act. We'll speak further in the garden to the north. In the garden to the north. All right. To the north. Into the garden. I assume that that is the garden. Yeah, this looks like a garden. Well, She keeps a pet peacock. Okay.
The kindred of the coins was my idea, inspired by the Corsair councils that once governed Umbar.
A king or queen or steward can begin with the best of intentions, but they can be corrupted. They can make the wrong choices, but a group can guard against such choices. A group can see all sides of a problem. In a city such as Umbar Baharbel, only a council can lead effectively for the good of all. That was my idea, Pineleaf. A council of leaders that would not be subservient to any outside forces, not to Gondor, not to the Empire of Ordach, and not to the Dark Lord Sauron or his servants. During the rule of the heirs of Castamere in the Church of the All-Seeing, I asked Kolotek to fashion 7 medallions in the form of large coins that could be worn as necklaces. Each was made of a different material, signifying our disparate backgrounds and influences, but each had something in common. Kolotek embedded a shard of Abashal, the valuable sea opal treasured by our people, into each one. Only days after Balachor perished in Gondor, a tremendous quake rocked the city. The temple of Sauron crumbled and fell into the earth, and I knew that it was the time to act. I sent the medallions fashioned by Kolotek to my chief allies, and the uprising began. The Sea Stone Mutiny would spell the end of any outside authority of Umbar, that of Ordach, that of Gondor, and that of Sauron. The kindred of the coins would make Umbar Baharbel a free city again. Let us speak further in my office. Of course. Well then, we seem to be slowly heading that way. So, into the office. Ah, here she is. Azagoth is a Black Númenorian, a blood ally of Balachor during the Scourge's rise to power. Their friendship soured when Balachor sought to claim rulership over all of Umbar in the name of the heirs of Castamere. Azagoth opposed his bid. A duel was fought, and Azagoth suffered defeat. He received a scar upon his face and pled for mercy. It was granted, and he was banished. We didn't see him for many years, and during that time Azagoth's warnings were proved true. I called for the aid during the Sea Stone Mutiny, and when he returned to the city, he did so as a beloved hero. Hadoru, they called him, he who returned. There was no celebration for me, Pineleaf. I never fled the city, so I had no need to return a hero. I was here always, steadfast, unyielding. The kindred was my idea, but when the 7 of us cast our lots for who would lead us, it was Azagoth who prevailed. He was charming, and can see that, and the others believe that he would be more easily inspired the Umbari people than I could. I have been patient through all these troubles. Is that not inspiring? Do not misunderstand me. I would be content for any to lead if he or she held dear the interests of the city, Pineleaf, but I think that it is not so for Azagoth. He has some plan of his own, a secret he keeps from the rest of us, the song of waves and wind. I know not what it is, but I can't be in the interest of a city. Well, it's certainly not in the interest of Gondor either, so at least we agree on something. I would not seek to supplant any member of the kindred of the coins, for ours is a necessary council, and Umbar is made better by our efforts. But this too is its strength. The kindred itself is more important than any individual member. Were Azagoth to fall during your rescue of the Gondorian hostage, and that would be a most unfortunate turn. But the kindred itself will survive, and that is everything. Azagoth returned to the city in the grip of a curious superstition. Every morning he instructs them among the servants to carry empty bowls down to the docks beside the harbor warden's tower. There they fill these bowls with salt water from the bay. Once this is done, they then carry these bowls of salt water through the streets to the city until they reach the bridge beyond Fleetfast. The guards let them pass without fail, and once inside they fill the fountains within the citadel with the salt water that they carry. At midnight the fountains are emptied, and at dawn the process begins again. No one pays attention to the servants who carry the water, Pineleaf, not the folk of the city, not the guards of the Fleetfast, and not Azagoth the Sea Shadow. Among these servants you will gain access to the Citadel of the Winds, and whatever might befall them, well, it would be for the benefit of the city, would it not? I trust this discussion has been illuminating for you as it has been for me. Rotog will see you out. Well, that was quite a conversation.
Be gone now.
Before you turn to leave, you quietly ask Rothog why is he helping you. The half-troll stares at you impassively down and says nothing. Wonderful. Well, what will happen from this? We have to find that out in the next episode of The Song of Waves and Wind.